Hello and welcome to XOMO. As you can see from today's title, we're doing a pick a card reading based around the full moon in Leo, taking place on February 16th. Yes, if you're here, if you're returning, hello, thank you for coming back. As you can see, I'm in a new environment. I just moved to Atlanta. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you do end up liking this pick a card reading, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload new pick a card readings. I upload these twice a month based around the new moons and full moons, right? But yeah, today's reading is going to be based around the full moon in Leo, as I already said. But I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really buoyed by the reading I just did. I feel lighter. I feel a little more excited and happier and optimistic about life. Although the readings weren't all just like love and light and like pretty flowers and shit, right? Also, I am open for private readings, so if you'd like to book a private reading with me, please run on over to momagics.com. And if you want to see more content from me, I upload on TikTok regularly. You can find my spiritual TikTok over at momagics, or you can just see like regular updates, comedy, you know, me just chatting about random things over at XOMO on TikTok, right? But let's get on forward with the pick a card reading and let's hop into the disclaimer, right? So what I tell all of my clients is that I am not a fortune teller. And the way that my readings work, they should work more as confirmation of your intuition and things that have already been musing in the back of your mind, right? Additionally, I'm not a fortune teller. And just what I'm doing is I'm giving you a reading or an interpretation of the present energy operating in your life right now, right? So do know that the future is not set in stone. If you hear anything that you do not like out of these readings, you are not fated to those destinies or even those predictions, you know what I mean? Because our willpower and our ability to take agency over our lives is the most powerful thing that we have, right? Additionally, you can change up your behaviors and your actions, and the people you're dealing with can change up their behaviors and their actions a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks from now, which can completely change the energy of what is to come into your life, right? But yeah, that's all I have for you. Let's head on over to the pile selection. I'll see you at your piles. Hello, and welcome to your card selection. To help you choose a pile with your intuition and not just your physical eye, I suggest you find yourself in a relaxed position, whether that be lying down or sitting relaxed, back straight, and begin taking meditative breaths, inhaling and exhaling through this entire process. So what I advise you do is pay attention to each crystal and then each pile of cards, being sure to sense the energetic frequency of each one, and whichever pile feels like it resonates between both the crystal and the pile of cards with where you are personally, that card is usually the one that is meant for you. If you feel that you resonate with more than one pile, that is all right. There's probably another message in that pile waiting for you. Yes? Without further ado, this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And this is pile number 3. Alrighty, you can find the timestamps in the description bar, and I'll see you over at your pile. Hello, pile number 1, and welcome to your tarot reading. Again, so just y'all know how I do business. This is just how it's going to go. So if you chose pile number 1, you chose the carnelian crystal. Some people call this performer's stone. It helps us shine. It helps us be ourselves and to act in the moment. You know, immediately at the moment that we sense something, we usually act on it. And that's what I have this carnelian crystal program to do, right? First off, we have these 3 tarot cards from the Tarot of the Divine. This is going to give us a good overview of, you know, how the Leo full moon is affecting you right now and what energies are, you know, coming to a completion. Or what are some other things that may be going on in your life. And then we also have some oracle cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck and the Herbal Healing Oracle deck. However, before that, you know, I always pull clarifiers and additional messages using the Modern Witch Tarot deck, yeah? Alrighty, so I'm just gonna move these over to the side and let's get started to see what the Divine has for you. Okay, okie dokie, pal number 1. Okay, so this is interesting. Now I usually this isn't something I would usually say. But just what I'm getting here is that we may be a little over emotional. We may be over emotional, or we might be like using our emotions might be a crutch and whatever the situation is, right? So with this Three of Swords in reverse, this is just telling me that. So with this Three of Swords in reverse, I'm seeing that there's some emotional situation that we need to grow past and that we need to move on from, right? Whenever we see the Three of Swords in reverse, it's a call to address the mental ideas or issues that are causing us emotional pain in the long run, right? Immediately after that, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Again, the Queen of Cups, when she's in reverse, she's not her best self, right? Her self-care practice might be a little bit off, but again, I'm really getting it's like this watery emotional energy, and we're not emptying our emotional cup, or maybe even perhaps filling up our own emotional cup so that we can feel like renewed, rebirth, fresh, you know what I mean, creative and intuitive in the way that the Queen of Cups is. Yeah. And just with this Justice card here, the Justice card is saying, like, straight up, like, we need to be a little more logical. You know what I mean? We need to be a little more planned, a little more, like, organized. This could just be, excuse me, whenever I see the Justice card, the thing that I like to say is, like, look at the facts of the situation, right? This is the Justice or the Judge, right? And when they come through, they look at the facts of the situation and say, okay, this is it, this is not working, this may not be working. But give me a second. They actually want me to read the narrative out of the guidebook for this Justice card. Alrighty, so this is Amhyeg. I might be butchering that, I'm so sorry. But Amhyegen, or Amhyeg Eosa, Korean legend. Justice is power wielded with both intelligence and impartiality. It is making decisions with all of the facts and accepting the consequences of any choice made. It is the punishment of the corrupt and the promotion of the deserving. Upright, harmony, balance, equality, virtue, and honor. Yeah, so like if that message hit you, you know what I mean, take it with you. If it don't apply, let it fly, right? But yeah, but this is, and then this, like, this, I don't know what it is about this Queen of Cups in reverse, but she is, like, really at the center of this, and their energy feels, like, so heavy, it feels so tired, it feels so exhausted. You know what I mean? But yeah, this could also be, like, sometimes when the Queen of Cups is in reverse, she might be a little clingy, she might be relying on others, you know, to try to get her emotional cup filled up. So you may need a little bit of emotional time, but above all, I'm really just getting that you being logical and making a decision. Again, I'm hearing make a decision, you know what I mean, with whatever the situation is going to be the best decision for you to make in order to move forward. Yeah? But let's get you some clarifiers. Can we please get some clarifiers for pile number 1, please? Whatever information or additional guidance we have for this pile, I'm here to deliver. What else would we like them to know about this situation, please and thank you? Okay, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse. The Fool card in reverse. Knight of Cups. Okay, so yeah, so like just addressing these two right now. Again, like I was saying before, your emotional maturity is going to be the way that you're going to move forward, that you're going to proceed and progress with whatever the situation is, right? But what I'm getting, what is this? Because I was going to say originally, that there's something that's not coming in. There's a gift or a blessing, a new career opportunity, or some new material thing that you want that's not coming in. But this could also be what is not being done. And I'm getting that you aren't valuing yourself with this. And now we look at this. We have the Devil card in reverse. So this is definitely a call to, like, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card. This is pay attention to your addictions. This is pay attention, you know, to anything that might be clouding your judgment, that make you feel like sad, worrisome. I'm hearing it. I'm definitely getting indulgent. You know what I mean? This could definitely be an energy or something that you're doing that makes you feel good, but I'm really getting that it's not helping you move forward, right? And that's kind of what the Devil card is. These people, they're imprisoned or they're trapped in this darkness area here with these chains, which are very loose. If they wanted to take these chains off, they can just lift them over their heads and keep it pushing, right? But this flame, this torch is pointed down, and the light is down, not in the sky where we usually see the sun, the stars, the future, our vitality, and our abundance, right? So pay attention to your indulgences and your addictions, because that might be hurting you as well here. But yes, this is about your value. This is definitely about your personal value, your self-care practice, again, how you take care of yourself, and what I'm hearing is what you believe you deserve, right? And that could bring us right back here, right? Because we don't believe that we deserve the best, you know what I mean? Or because we're not willing to take the risk, do the planning or the organization to make that happen, we're stuck. We're stuck and we aren't in a place where we can receive new blessings, right? The Fool card is telling me that you're not ready to move forward, right? With all this reversal energy, and you know, reversals just aren't bad. They're just like the energy that's expressing itself. But when we see the Fool card in reverse, we're being a little too foolish. Sometimes we're being a little too hasty. I'm not getting the hasty vibe here. I'm really getting that we're just not ready to move on from whatever this situation is because we haven't made a logical decision, because we're not looking at the facts, because we aren't looking at communicating clearly. And I'm hearing communicating clearly with ourselves, right? Once that decision is made in your heart, once that decision is made in your spirit, once you've meditated and thought about it and maybe even write it out, you know what I mean? This Swords energy, Swords is really good with language and words, our stories, our narratives, and the words that we communicate, right? Maybe you need to write it out or journal it so that you can see everything clearly, so that can help you make the best decision. Because when we're stuck in our emotions, they're very wishy-washy, they're very flowy, and they're not clear. But that's the thing. Emotions are not meant to be clear. Emotions are meant to be messy a lot of the time, right? They're supposed to be free-flowing. They come and go as they choose. Now, once that decision is made, that's how we're going to proceed, right? Once that decision is made within ourselves, that's when we're going to come forward and say, okay, hey, I'm now ready to have this conversation. I'm now ready to say I'm sorry. I'm now ready, to perhaps even carry my own emotional cup and be responsible for my own emotions and for them being processed and not waiting for somebody else to do that work, right? That's what we have here. The Knight of Cups is the person who makes the emotional offering, and the King of Cups is the one who handles it. The King of Cups handles all the dirty emotional work, and in the end, he can help everybody come to some type of resolution, some type of eye-to-eye viewing, a win-to-win situation, and he's wise and makes everybody in the room feel comfortable and safe. But I'm hearing more than ever, this is really about you, baby love. This is really about you, and that's how we're going to get back on our motorcycle. That's how we're going to get back on our motorcycle with the Chariot card and pursue our future. Right? Also with this Chariot card, I'm just getting, the Chariot card is about having the vision of where we want to be and how we're going to get there, right? So the Chariot, it's about having the vision of where we're trying to go in the back of our minds and taking small steps every single day in order to get there. With balance, with duality, with all of our choices in front of us, but we are the ones in control, with confidence and safety and protection in our hearts, right? Yeah, that's all I'm really sensing for you. Let's get into these oracle cards, right? I'm actually going to start off with the Herbal Healing deck. So you have Boneset Structure and Inner Child. Chamomile, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So this Boneset Structure, this is pay attention to the structures that you have built around yourself, right? What are the structures that you have for dealing with your emotions? You know what I mean? Have you built a structure out of this Devil card energy, out of your addictions, out of your indulgences, around the things that maybe make you feel good in the moment, but aren't good for you long term? Right? What does your structure look like? And how can we replace some of that energy with something a little more healthier? Be it getting creative, because with the Queen of Cups, the way that she deals with her emotions, she's really good at taking care of other people. But again, a lot of this, I'm just getting the energy is saying to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. And she does that, you know, by cooking herself good meals, cleaning around the house. She's very domestic. She may find a creative project, you know what I mean? She might build like a flower wall or something beautiful. She might paint, sing, dance. She's a very creative woman, and that's an awesome way that she finds, that's the way she transmutes her emotional energy, right? So how can you build a structure around that? Again, how can you plan it and organize it so that it comes around regularly and we're not relying on our feelings, you know, to make it happen, right? There's also something about your inner child. And again, that creativity bit is coming through again. What are the things that your inner child likes to do? Is it swinging on a swing? Is it playing on a park? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it coloring? You know what I mean? Is it playing in a bubble bath? All of the hell, is it even like playing? I'm getting an image of somebody like skipping and playing in puddles when it's raining. Yeah? But just like, how does your inner child need to play? And don't judge it. So an activity I give a lot of my clients when we see this card is that every morning when you wake up, ask your inner child, hey, inner child, what is it that you want to do today? And be sure to give yourself, you know, 15, 30 minutes to an hour, you know, just to give your inner child the freedom, you know, to sit around, to play, to express themselves, to explore, and to be young again. Yeah? What do we have? What do we have here? Ooh, your soul shines. I've never seen this card. Let me go ahead and read it for you. Your soul shines. Essential meaning: connecting with source, an opening of the 7th or crown chakra, allowing your soul to shine in the mundane, consistent practice, cleaning things up for some positive feng shui, happiness, and a bright outcome. Again, that structure. Self-care message: getting in your own way, using spirituality as an excuse for the way things are, needing to walk the talk, spiritual bypassing. Underneath the smog of a difficult day or the impatience of a frustrating situation, your soul is there doing its thing, shining. It may require some buffing and polishing of the exterior, and you may need to do some habit busting to sense it. You may need to expose your raw and tender underbelly to pinpoint it, especially if your shine is hiding under a few thickened layers of hard knocks or a self-destructive lifestyle. Again, that devil card energy keeps coming through, you know what I mean? Sometimes we have our perspective so shifted that we can't see the shine in others. Or, worse still, we can't feel it in ourselves. Know that it's with you, bringing magic to the mundane, because we are all connected to source energy and to cosmic grace. Your soul is always there, just shining through your flaws and your secrets. It's lovingly pushing through your insecurities and any positive affirmations you're working on, even the ones that aren't working yet. And it's so proud of you. No matter where you are at, you are loved from the inside, from the soul side, out. Decide to open up your connection to its ascension and get out of your own way by trusting that your brilliant soul will radiate peace in every room you walk into. You have that choice. It's waiting patiently for you to ask, because it will lead whenever you are ready. And then your journaling or meditation prompts for this one are: love more, laugh more, smile more. How can you bring this shine into your everyday? Small acts of kindness can change lives. How can you do more outreach? Volunteering? What acts of service can you share? Who do you need to love more today? Yes? Alrighty, pal number 1. That's all I have for you, my loves. Please thank our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. As always, I am open and available for private readings. If you'd like one, run on over to momagics.com. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you found value, and let me know what resonated down in the comment section. Yeah? That's all, and until next time, this is XOMO. I love y'all. Bye. Hello, pal number 2, and welcome to your pick a card reading. So a little bit just how this reading is going to work. So first off, I'm gonna these three cards from the Tarot of the Divine Tarot deck is just gonna give us a broad stroke overview of what the full moon in Leo energy is bringing into your life. Yeah. After that, I'll get some more clarifiers and a little bit of an action plan for you using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. And after that, we'll get you some really nice messages to wrap a pretty bow around everything with the Sacred Creators Oracle and the Herbal Healing Oracle deck. Yeah? If you chose pal number 2, you chose this lovely crystal here. I honestly don't know what it is. It's like a orange, like reflective quartz moment. You know what I mean? If you know the name of this, please let me know. I forgot. It might be like citrine quartz or like aura quartz or something like that. Yeah. But let's just see what these cards have in store for you. Okay. So we have the Okay, and again, like always, y'all, if it don't apply, let it fly. But yeah, just with this I'm really getting two things. For some of y'all, this is about the need. It's a monetary issue with this Four of Coins in reverse. Like, this could be that you're struggling with money, but I'm just getting that you need to have a new dynamic around it, right? When we see the Four of Coins, in reverse, it's kind of like we're being cheap. It's kind of like we're penny pinching, and I'm sensing that we might actually be having financial troubles, which is understandable, right? Like, when the funds ain't coming through the way we want them to come through, you know what I mean? We try to penny pinch. We try to save a buck where we can. We try to save a little bit more. But that energy, in some ways, it's actually antithetical to what we want to do, right? When we get scared, when we get anxious, when we try to hold on to money, it's just energy, right? So we actually need to like be in good relation with the money, if that makes sense, right? Like, we need to spend with intention, and when we pay a bill, when we buy groceries, when we begin to spend money, we need to feel good about it, right? Regardless of however much you're spending, feel good about it. Be like, hey, I just paid my light bill, I just paid my rent, and I know, girl, because these rent prices, it's not cheap. I know sometimes that might feel like, like a sore spot in your heart, you know what I mean? But again, we need to feel good about it, so the universe sees, hey, they feel good about this, they're trying to be in alignment with spending money, right? So let's give them more money to spend. Does that make sense? This Temperance card, again, this is about just trying something new. This is trying something new. Again, maybe that new way of spending money on something new, spending money on a gift. And I'm like, this is coming through so interestingly. This could be spending your money in several different pots. There's something about, like, I don't know if this is you, like, donating money, you know what I mean? Giving money freely, being a little more generous, or this could even be like investments. It's so funny, the images they're giving to me. There's kind of like, the plate that they pass around at church. You know what I mean? I'm getting that, like, you have the money and you're putting like $2, $5, 20, 13, whatever it is, so have you, into all these different pots, and you're just being generous. You're being generous. You know what I mean? That's the new energy that you need to try, or you're just investing money in multiple places, right? The thing that I'm getting is, because you're afraid to try out this new energy, because you're afraid, to experiment, to play, to spend a little, to get a little, your manifestations aren't coming through, right? It's like, again, it's this reluctance to release what we have to invite new energy in. And if you want to manifest something, new, again, you have to try something new to make that happen. That just makes sense, right? What is it? There's a saying, what got us here won't get us there, which essentially means that the habits and tools that got us to where we are today aren't going to get us to a new future. So if you like what you are, where you're at, continue to do that, but I'm not getting that's where you want to be, right? Going back to this Four of Coins, again, like I was telling some of y'all before, it might be a monetary issue, but I'm feeling for another group of you, this is just a need to change, right? That you are holding on to something. This could be a comfort. This could be something that feels good. This could be a way of doing things, you know what I mean? You know where it will apply better than I will. But this again, when we see this four of coins, she's holding on to these coins in this watermelon for dear life, honey girl. She's just holding on to them for dear life. But we have this vulture here, and this vulture is going to eat her if she doesn't let go of this watermelon. However, if she decided to let go of this and to let go of these coins, there is an abundance of flowers waiting for her. But she can't see it because she's scared and she doesn't want to release this. Right? She's trying to protect it because it feels good, because it's hers. And it's a big watermelon. She's watched it grow, you know, and develop. And sometimes it's hard releasing things that we've put a lot of energy into. But again, I'm getting just like we can't accept something new in our life. We can't try something new if we continue to do the same old tricks, which is why your manifestations aren't working. Yeah? Yeah, let's get your clarifiers. What else is it that pile number 2 needs to know? Can we clarify this situation? Please and thank you. Clarifiers for pile number 2. Clarifiers for pile number 2. Okay. Okie dokie. Clarifiers for pile number 2. Okay. I do believe all of these are yours. Okay. Okay. I don't... If this don't apply, let it fly. But if you haven't like a pretty advanced... If you have a pretty advanced spiritual practice, I just heard like automatic writing or like scribing. I've never done this before, but I've watched videos on it. Maybe I'll put a video like from like my tarot teacher. But yeah, but like if you're into automatic writing, you know what I mean? If you've done it before, if you know how to do it, like protect it wisely, you know what I mean? It's not something new for you. I would definitely try it out. There's just something about this High Priestess and this King of Swords. You know what I mean? It's like something is coming through words, but they're not your own words. It's very specific. That's only going to be for a couple of people. But yeah, this energy was tougher than I originally like was even getting. Right? Because here's with the 7 of Wands and this 3 of Swords, there's this fighting energy. You're trying to fight. You're trying to stop something from happening. You're trying to fend off this certain experience or this certain energy. I'm really getting that you're really trying to fight off the worst from happening. But the cards are just telling me that do not fight what you do not want. If you're going to exert all of this powerful fire energy, you need to chase your dreams. You need to tackle your desires. You know what I mean? Because when we get in this place where we begin to fight off everything that we don't like, we get stuck there. You know what I mean? Because there's always something in the world that we don't like or that we don't desire, you know, to come into our lives. And there are definitely times, you know what I mean, where we need to defend ourselves from those energies and from those experiences, but you don't want that to suck up all your time, right? You want some of your time to be going towards chasing your passions, chasing your dreams, right? And this is just a hard idea. You know what I mean? That it's an idea and it's your thought patterns which are causing you emotional pain in the long run, right? I'm getting you're juggling all these worries. You're juggling all these things that you don't want to happen. And I'm hearing that you can put those worries down because you have other options, right? You have other options. Just with the 7 Pentacles in reverse, it's sometimes about like being distracted, having our heads in the clouds, you know, not paying attention to everything. But the 7 of Cups, it's about like an abundance of options, having all the options in the world. So it's like, what are you going to choose? But you don't have access to your options. You can't even see your options clearly because you're juggling this heavy energy. You're juggling the things that you don't want to happen. You're fighting them off. You're trying to protect yourself. You know what I mean? You're trying to wise up and you're telling yourself this is the way that it has to be. You know what I mean? To keep it from happening, but you don't have to juggle that. Maybe you do in some sense, but like I'm getting that both of your hands are full with the things that you don't want. That's really what I'm getting. At the very least, you can drop one thing, and the thing that you pick up can be the manifestations that you want to happen. Can be your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Hell, it can even be your pleasures. You know, it could be celebrations. It could be parties. It could be love. It could be romance. You know what I mean? It could be riches. Hell, girl, you fill in the blank. You know what I mean? This is like, again, this energy, this is just telling me like automatic writing. I don't know why it's coming through like so clearly, but the High Priestess, again, if you have an advanced spiritual practice and you can trust your intuition and you're in communication with your guides, and the King of Swords, you're not writing it yourself. Somebody else has the pen, right? And then that's just for a specific group. I don't let me get, can I get a couple more cards? Because that kind of feels separate. There's something they want to give you through this automatic writing process. Yeah. Let's get a little bit of an action plan. Let's get a little bit more of an action plan for pile number 2. Please and thank you. Action plan for pile number 2. We have the 8 of Cups. Move on. The Queen of Swords. Clear communication. Address the truth. Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is... Yeah, and then you have the... Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups. Again, this is about addressing one emotional situation and saying, we're done with this. It's not changing. We're not going to get anything else out of here, so we're going to move on, right? The Queen of Swords, she plans and organizes her future. She also is really good with her self-care practice, but that's not what I'm getting this is about. I'm getting you addressing the truth. I call her the Lady of the Truth, the Lady of Truth for a reason. But I'm getting that you are leading with your heart, you're leading with your emotions, you're leading with your desires, and the things that you plan and organize in the way that you communicate. King of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm getting that, like, again, if there's an emotional situation that is at hand, if there's some type of feeling that you're communicating with other people, I'm hearing keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself because, again, like you're fighting, you're doing this arguing, you're juggling these things that you don't really desire, and you're not seeing progress. And the Queen of Swords, she's a lady of few words. She won't even tell you the tea if she doesn't want to, right? She'll say, I'm moving on, and that's it. That's the end of it. There needs to be, like, no spilling out of your heart. There's no to be, I really wished, I really hope, I hate when you... I'm just getting that we don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to do that anymore, and that's how your blessings are going to come into your life, right? That's how your blessings are going to come into your life. 5 of Swords, this card is just telling me stop telling yourself that this is the way that it has to be. Stop telling yourself, you know what I mean, that, like, you have to stick around for this bullshit. Stop telling yourself that it needs to be difficult, that in order, you know, to have what you want, that you need to go to the distance. Sometimes it's okay to tap out. Sometimes it is okay to tap out. Sometimes it's okay to say, I'm not getting any progress out of this. I've tried enough. I'm going to quit and reserve my energy. I'm going to protect my resources. I'm going to deal with the things that I really want to do instead of trying to work or like fix or like force this situation that hasn't been working for quite some time. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's switch on over to your herbal healing cards. So manifestation, again, like right with the Magician card. How are you manifestation and awakening? Okay, again, just like that automatic writing thing is jumping out to me again, looking next to the awakening. But there's an epiphany coming. There's an epiphany that is going to help with your manifestations, right? This could be like, get yourself a dream journal. Keep it by your bedside if you're a vivid dreamer. You know what I mean? Make sure that the next time you have a dream, you wake up and you write everything that you remember. You know what I mean? And it doesn't even have to be coherent sentences. It could just be sounds, colors, images, things that you remember, and then come back to it at a later time, meditate on it, think about it, and see what clarity you can garner from that. Yeah. Also, this manifestation, again, it's like, it's just time to manifest. So the Magician at its best work is using the tools around him. It's masculine energy. It's creator energy. It's using the tools that they have at their disposal to create the reality of their dreams. You know what I mean? Something else that I'm hearing for you is like everything that you need, you already have. You know what I mean? Anything that you want and you desire is making its way to you, but everything that you need, you already have. You need no other resources than the things that you already have, right? And that's how the universe will bless us. That's how God will bless us. They'll put us on sometimes like that, right? Like if we show that we can make a way out of no way with the 3 or 4 items that the universe has given us, there's like, okay, they can handle more resources, so they give us more resources, right? But if you can't get creative, if you can't piece things together, if you can't try something new with just the 4 elements that you have, earth, wind, water, and fire, you know what I mean? The universe is going to have a hard time giving us additional things because sometimes that feels overwhelming. Again, that's kind of like the 7 of Cups in reverse that you had here originally, right? The 7 of Cups, it can also be like we have too many options. We have too many options than we know what to deal with. So like simplify it. If you can simplify it, try that out, my love. Try that out. And let's get to your sacred creators. Shift the way to new potential. Okay, let me read this for you. Essential meaning. Lightworker ignited. A shift in your consciousness. Human evolution. The charisma of a powerful leader. The awareness of your thoughts. Things coming into alignment with your highest purpose. Your soul story. And uncovering your highest potential. The self-care message. A need for humility, determination, tolerance, and perseverance. Showing patience and understanding. Letting go of expectations, accepting new ways of thinking, having one foot in the old and one foot in the new, a need to turn away from naysayers. We are in a time of massive evolution. Old ways of thinking are being replaced by a new awareness, and luminous leaders with novel ways of being in the world are necessary at this time. You are being called to lead with your gifts, your skills, your voice, and your spirit, and to gracefully navigate these uncertain yet exciting times. Explore and express your calling and make the shift into your living and breathing in your purpose. If your soul feels restless, it's because the progress of this shift, your genesis, has been slower than necessary. Know that your shift will be a catalyst for those who witness your journey. When we see other souls standing in their power and their luminosity, we are reminded of who we ourselves can be. Shift the way for us, Lightworker. Shift your focus from you to them, and notice what you can do for the greater good of those around you. Your best offering in the world relies on solving a problem for others, on loving others, on helping them shift. It's time for you to boldly step up, to help accelerate human consciousness, and to leave your positive mark on the world. Your journaling or meditation prompt is, have you been feeling the call to change, yet holding back? What's keeping you from choosing a new path today? How can you best support others as they shift into the very best versions of themselves? What new potentials lie ahead of you? Yes? Alrighty, my loves. That's all I have for you. Please thank our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. As always, I am available for private readings over at momagics.com. Go over there to get onto my booking calendar. Let me know what resonated down in the comment section. Please like this video if you found value out of it, and share this with your friends and family members so that these messages can reach more people. Oh, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I do release videos every new moon and every full moon. Yeah, but that's all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good week, and until next time, this is XOMO. Bye. Hello, pal number 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading. If you chose pal number 3, you chose the yellow jasper. I recently programmed this crystal, to help me stay mature, help with ongoing self-learning, to stay conscious, and to help me, stay consistent as I develop healthier habits, yeah? Excuse me. But if you chose pal number 3, let me just tell you how this reading is going to work. So as my readings usually go, we have 3 cards from the Tarot of the Divine that are going to give us a broad stroke overview of how this full moon Leo energy will be affecting your life. Additionally, we have some oracle cards from the Herbal Healing Oracle deck and from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, you know, just to wrap a pretty nice bow around everything. But before we hop into those, I'll also get you some additional messages, an action plan, and clarifications from the Modern Witch Oracle deck here. Yeah? But without further ado, let's get right into it. Yes. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. This is very, 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 very interesting. Especially coming after Valentine's Day. So again, as always with my readings, if this don't apply, let it fly. You know what I mean? But I just like, cause I'm having like So I'm gonna just talk about it. So what I'm getting is that there's a breakup that needs to happen, right? But it needs to happen. But it's a decision that needs to be made, right? You need to make a decision to break up with this person, with this situation, with this emotional energy that you've invested a lot into, right? And the thing that's holding you up is your vision. It's your vision. We have the Star card here. The Star card is about trusting and knowing that something beautiful and great and wonderful is out there waiting for us. You know what I mean? But we have to believe that it's out there in order for it to actually find its way to us. Right? And that's what I'm getting. Because, like, I'm getting that, like, whatever... This could be a relationship. I'm getting heavy emotional relationship vibes. But for some of you, this might not be a relationship. This might be, like, an emotional situation. Like, this could be a job, a career, a passion that you just have a lot of emotions for. Right? But that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that there's a reluctance to leave the situation, to break off, to say we're not seeing eye to eye anymore. You know what I mean? We're not growing in the same ways. This isn't as fulfilling as it once was, right? When we see the Lover's card in reverse, it's time to make a decision. It's about making a decision to be brave again, to have hope, to be courageous. You know what I mean? Even though, and this isn't usually how this card expresses itself in reverse, but both of these couples here, but both of these couples are in reverse, and I'm strongly getting the sense that the decision needs to be made, and it's gonna take bravery and courage, because it's not even a completely terrible thing. You know what I mean? It's just that we want more. We want more. There is more that you want. There is more that you desire. There is more that you deserve. Yeah. Yeah, this Two of Cups in reverse, it's like a breakup. When we see the Two of Cups in reverse, it's like one person is like not putting in the same amount of energy. It's like it becomes like one-sided, like somebody's cheating or not being like a truthful friend. And if that resonates, but I'm just really getting that it's like, it's just not what it was, you know what I mean? And we really want more. Can we get some clarifiers for pile number 3, please? What is it that pile number 3 needs to know and understand? Clarifiers for pile number 3, please and thank you. Look at that. 8 of Cups, moving on, hoping for something better. 6 of Pentacles, we don't want to receive this energy anymore. You know what I mean? We're not receiving the gifts that we once had. We're not receiving the love and the energy that it used to give us. The Star card again. The Star card again, y'all. Let's get... You know, and it's just like... So when we see the High Priestess, sometimes this is about trusting your intuition, and perhaps your intuition, your spirit guides, or your angels have already told you this before. You know what I mean? Perhaps they've already communicated this to you. But really what I'm getting, sometimes the High Priestess, you know, it's the occult, it's the darkness, It's the feminine divine, which sometimes can be dark because it's like we give birth out of nothingness, right? But it's secret. It is secret and it is unseen. You know what I mean? Your blessings that are coming to you, they are behind this wall. But it's just this process. We've got to break up. We have got to move on. We have got to decide that we no longer want this energy, that we want to hope for something else, that we're going to water our own garden, that we're going to do our own thing and pay attention to ourselves, you know what I mean? And hope that something is coming to us. And then like even just like looking at this with the darkness, I'm really getting that it's behind this like, what is this? This tapestry, this pomegranate tapestry, right? The stars are surrounded by darkness. Stars are surrounded by darkness, but then they're just making they're making the imagery very, very clear for you. Like if you're a tarot reader yourself, like they could not make this any clearer. You know what I mean? This is the darkness. We have this is another star, but it's the Pentacles, right? But like the Pentacles is hiding behind the darkness. Stars, what is it? Only in the dark can you see the light, or only in the dark can you see the stars? You know what I mean? So you kind of got to turn the lights out on this situation, for a lack of better words. You know what I mean? To actually attract and to draw forth the new blessings that are coming to you. The new thing that you want to invest in. The new business, the new passion project, the new relationship that you can invest in long term. You know what I mean? Or it might even last as long as this one, like, because I'm getting for some of y'all that whatever the situation we're in right now, it's lasted. It's lasted quite some time, you know what I mean? But its time has just ended, right? So it's time to close yourself off. Again, this could be another call, and if like there's this emphasis on darkness coming through. And sometimes I know our society, it associates darkness with things being bad, with things being scary, but that's not it at all. It's like we live in a duality world, and the darkness is just the opposite of light. But her eyes are covered. And the Two of Swords is like blocking out information from this resource, from this person, from this situation, so that we can get some alone time to analyze the facts, to analyze the story, you know what I mean, to come to a logical conclusion, right? We pull ourselves away from the conversation, as you will, you know, so that we can get some alone time and decide I'm either going to go in this direction or I'm going to go in that direction. But I'm not talking to anybody until I decide, you know, to drop these swords and take off this blindfold. Yeah. Like, and I want to get you more cards, but they're saying we've said enough. They're saying we've said enough. Like, I really want to get you more cards, but they're like, that was all. And they've made it crystal clear. They've made it crystal clear, child. You were the only deck that got, like, doubles like these. You know what I mean? And then these super crystal clear images about moving on and, like, breaking up and making decisions. Ciao. Let's see. Ooh. Broop, broop. Look at this. Look at this. Burdock. Detoxify. You know, this root is, it pulls out toxins from our system. It purges our system. And when we see this card is sometimes about like purging our life of people, of situations, of substances, of unhealthy foods. You know what I mean? Being really mindful about the content we're consuming on social media or the television, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be, but you need to be in this like detoxifying period, you know what I mean? And in order for that to happen, you need to separate yourself from this situation. You need to separate yourself from it, and I'm getting so that you can focus on yourself. Again, there's something really jumping out to me about this star card and how she's watering her own garden and she's naked. The nakedness is just about us being in our most vulnerable state, right? But we can only really be that way with ourselves and with the divine. You hear me? What is this? And then you also have heart healing here. So again, this could go two ways because I'm sensing the energy two ways. I'm getting that heart healing needs to happen from this situation, but I'm also getting that like heart healing needs to happen for yourself, right? But because you were like putting so much energy into this relationship, into this other situation, you didn't have the time or space necessary for you to heal your own heart, right? And you need to distance yourself from these people or this situation, or this person rather, so that you have time and space, to focus all that energy on watering your own garden. Do you know what I mean? To detoxifying your system, detoxifying your mind, detoxifying your spirit, and working on your own heart healing, which, truth be told, we can only ever do alone. We can only ever do alone, but I'm getting that you need more space to do that. Energetic space. Perhaps even, yes? Yes, my loves? I kind of want to give you a hug. And this is Bravely Market Your Magic. Interesting. So what is this? This is on 13.9. Bravely market your magic. Bravery, honesty, taking a leap of faith in your advertising, showing up as you and only you, sharing your essence with the world. The self-care message. Hiding who you really are, copying someone else instead of sharing your own essence, fear of failure, imposter syndrome. What biz or life project are you working on that you feel compelled to courageously cast out into the world? Spiritual misfits, philosopher poets, soulpreneurs, and creative catalysts, bravely market your magic. It is your gold. And as gold, it is fascinating and compelling, and people can't stop looking at it when it's shining from the heart. When you draw back the curtains and expose the true colors of your soul, it is blindingly brilliant and beautiful. Make no mistake. Someone out there is looking for what you are offering, and they will be thrilled, and they will be thrilled to find you when you are honestly sharing your unique magic. Unveil your weird, your wonderful, and your quirky. It's normal for it to take a few years to find your way and to build your dream, so don't be hard on yourself if normal happens. Have patience and faith, even when it feels vulnerable. Share of yourself honestly and always put your soul into the message. Not sure how to share your magic? Your unique essence and humanness is the right place to start. And then your journaling or meditation prompts are: so many creators start their journey from a place of total passion and authenticity, and then slowly move their brand or their vision of what's possible towards something they believe to be more of a sure shot. Are you playing it too safe when you put yourself out there? What is your magic? What have you been hiding? And what is missing in the way you express yourself online or in person? Yes, babies. I'm feeling called to get you one more card. Let's get one more card for pal number 3. What other card would y'all like them to have? Pal number 3. Okay, so we got... Look! 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 They got you the Two of Cups again. Again, girl. They really want you to leave this emotional situation. And I'm also hearing with the Six of Swords in reverse, stop stalling. Stop stalling. If it makes you feel any better, I just went through this situation, baby girl. Baby boy, baby person, baby. We just like, and it's like, and I know it's difficult. But trust and believe, you know what I mean? We can't see the blessing that they're going to give us. We can't see the blessing that's coming in. You know what I mean? But we really do need to create energetic space for this blessing to step into. You know what I mean? This blessing needs space. You know what I mean? It can't be squeezed into this tiny space. And whatever the situation is or this person, they're occupying a lot of space, right? So break up because it's keeping you from moving on. The sooner you break up, the sooner these blessings and these star cards are going to offer things into your life. And even the Six of Pentacles in reverse, right? Until you move on, you can't receive these blessings. There's just so much like blessing energy here. There's so much that the universe would like to give you. Yeah? But we cannot see it. We cannot see it. They are reiterating these messages time and time and time again. Like, they couldn't make it any more clear. Right, baby loves? But that's all I have for you. Please thank our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. As always, I'm available for private readings over at momagics.com. You can find my booking calendar there. Also, yeah, like if you find value out of this video. Let me know what resonated down in the comments section. Please share this video so that your friends and family can receive some of these messages as well. And don't forget to subscribe. I release new pick-a-card readings every new and full moon. There's more of where this came from. And until next time, this is XOMO. I love y'all. Bye.